Cutter's Rule podcast is sponsored by Courtside Rehab and Training. Whether you wrapped up the summer with a case of tennis elbow, can't lift your shoulder because of too many cut overheads, or you're an old, out of shape, slightly doughy guy like me whose body now files weekly injury reports from playing too much paddle, with their concentration on racket sport performance, Dean at Courtside Rehab and Training is the guy for you. Schedule an appointment today with the link on the Courtside Rehab and Training Instagram.
Gentlemen, let's get down to business.
Can you dig it? You dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Tucked away in the woods, just minutes from the ocean and the historic charm of downtown Kennebunkport, Maine, the Arundel Paddle Club has been a local gem since its founding in 1984. What began as a single court and a small hut has grown into 2 courts and 2 huts, both beautifully maintained and in outstanding condition. A private paddle-only club, Arundel is the kind of place where everyone plays for the pure love of the game. Over 2 days there, I met a colorful cast of friendly characters who embodied the spirit. The play was fast and aggressive, far fewer lobs than you'll see at most clubs, and the hut had the perfect old-school feel, the kind that reminds you what paddle is all about. We're here at the Arundel Paddle Club in Arundel, Maine, which is outside of Kennebunkport. I'm with Missy McDougald, who is a long-time friend of mine, but also comes from paddle royalty out of Seagirt, New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. Tell them who your mom was, Missy.
Mary Doherty. She was one of the first people to bring paddle to the public arena. Started back in the 80s at a place called Kangaroo Courts down in Bricktown.
Yep.
And then it turned into What's Your Racket and then into the Atlanta Club. And she's also produced the first kind of community court in Seagirt, which was then followed by Spring Lake, which has now created this whole movement of municipal support for communities and playing.
For people that can't afford a country club membership.
Yeah, and this place, so I lived in Boston and couldn't get into a club in Boston per se back in the early 2000s, and I decided I have to move somewhere where I can play paddle. And coming to the beach and finding these courts, I was like, I'm moving to Maine. So I've been here ever since, and greatest group of people, really interesting lifestyle, quirky play, not your traditional always, but it's a great place to find these courts. It's a little oasis in Maine.
Which is, it does remind me of the Seagirt court.
Mm-hmm.
Now Seagirt has 2 courts, but it is in this little wooded area, right?
Yeah.
And no one would know that they're there unless someone told you, right?
Right,
So,
yeah, little diamonds in the rough,
And I just want to mention your mom actually did work with the legend Hank Irvine, right?
Yeah, she got her certificate or license or whatever from Hank. Yeah.
Hank.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take you into the utility hut and the drinking hut.
Oh, did you see the cool boar?
No.
Wait till you see this. Okay, so we have a member, Tim Manahan, very creative. He made this, I think it's a paddle board. I don't know. Isn't that incredible?
It's so cool.
But
This is the original hut, right? There was only
I
one
believe
court.
so, yeah.
Chris said this was the original hut.
And I think
Is there a shower back there?
no, but this is where we dress when people come in and have to do a quick changeover.
Change.
Yeah, it's very Maine. So everything, obviously, somebody didn't want that in the main hut. I think it should be in the main hut. I think it's amazing.
Arundel Paddle Club note: new heaters take longer to ignite. Be patient. And look, they have the snow shovels. Did you get those?
Yeah, we all push We all have to clear it. So Chris Adams, who you guys met, we call him the commissioner. He's like the father of the club, and if he knows you're gonna play, he always knows who's playing. He's always looking, he just knows. He suddenly is here before you arrive. He's blown off all of the leaves.
Yeah, he cleared the courts before we played yesterday.
He'll help push the snow off, but we do it ourselves. So it's, we all have to like plan the clearing before, you play, which is awesome.
This is great. Let's move into the drinking hut.
Yeah.
You first, miss.
Okay. It's a little chilly though when you're not playing.
Oh, look at the old school paddles.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, give me a minute.
We have a unique gratuity here. We get our own balls. You don't have to. That's part of our membership. So usually people are stealing balls and are very stingy. We get one fresh one, and we get. Look at these are like all brand new.
Yeah, they're all brand new.
They're basically, because not as many people may have in the cutter. They don't all have.
What is this? Hold on.
So
You gotta get this.
So this is the same. The guy who did the board did these. These are your medal of. These are your, what do you call that? Olympic gold medals. This is your paddle balls. But so Tim Manahan also made these, designed these. He's this like, it's really clever, creative.
So to give them to the champions?
Yeah, you have to walk around with this on your neck and each year is being added on.
I love
So
that. That's so awesome.
So here we are. Like we've got what?
Now, Missy,
27. That's funny, but 2026.
You've won 13
25.
club championships.
Oh, that's cool.
You've worn this 13
This
times?
came later.
Okay.
And it's usually the men's who get it.
Okay.
And then we have a really funny trophy that he also made. But I think the board should be.
It's primarily a Viking club. Chris was telling me that the original founder of Viking lives a few towns from here.
Or masters. Oh, no.
No. He originally...
He wears the...
Yes.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, he originally
Yes.
was the original founder of Viking, lives a couple towns from here,
Yep.
and that's why it's a Viking club. All the balls are Viking, all the paddles are Viking.
That little rug hooked pillow, Sally did, who's out playing right now, which I think is adorable, and the design. But that's pretty cool, right?
Yep. Did you get the club champions over here, the leaderboard? We're here at the Arundel Paddle Club. Missy, I know you obviously moved up here and you love paddle. What really drew you into this club? I know, there's courts in York and other places, but what about this club do you think makes it special?
Well, you met my friend Lee.
Yep.
Who I met when I was pregnant. And we met at the River Club, which is the tennis club. And I was introduced to her because people knew how much I loved playing paddle. And living in Boston, I couldn't do the paddle thing. So all of a sudden you drive down this little farmed road and you pull in and there's these two courts. And it's like this great place where there's really fun people, and it's a different level of it's not a club. It's a club because you have to pay membership to keep it going, but it's not a country club environment.
Right.
And it's because of the people that keep it alive and keep it going, and the voting, and how paddle in Maine is organized is just like how tennis is organized too. And you have to be kind of organized and commit to time schedules because you get like a slot, and we have like an auction, and
Okay, so that's a court reservation.
Yeah, court reservation. We
Okay.
had, which happened last weekend, and there's a lottery, and who you have to pick 4 cards. Everyone, the ace wins, and they get to pick the slot of the day. So throughout the week, there's the time slots, an hour and a half, and so like, certain times are coveted. But it's the group and the people and everyone trying to like work together to make it work for 2 courts. This place is packed with people all the time. You go to other clubs and you can walk up and they're
right
empty.
on. Yeah.
There's no one there.
Yeah.
Here, it's just a constant rotation during the week, starting from 9 o'clock in the morning all the way until 7 o'clock at night. And you're playing in very dark, cold weather, but it's what the biggest thing for me is like, what do you do in the winter? And that brought you to friends and community during the winter. And at 4:30 in December, it's pitch black just as well as 7 o'clock. So you want to come and play.
And nobody has PTIs here because they're not playing in state leagues. Boston's too far. You have a mix of levels here for sure. Like we played with Eric yesterday, who played Division I tennis at Ball State, and the guy was an absolute beast.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that his PTI is probably somewhere between a 10 and a 15. Just based on my experience. But so do you play with a lot of different people, or because it's a slot, are you typically playing only with the same people here?
So schedule-wise, you're in a group maybe with like 6 women or mixed or whatever. There's a mixed doubles throughout the winter that's on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. and that switches around. And people are snowbirds, and some people go to Florida and some people just go to the mountain. But for the most part, you're in a consistent, so these were the flaws of this area, living in a place that's removed from, the hubbub of everything. You don't have the PTIs. You don't have a pro. You don't have a pro. You don't get practice. You don't get training. Most of the people, like in 2 weeks, Paul Fairchild's coming up here.
Okay.
Lee and I are going to do a lesson. We've had people come up, but for the most part, I have to farm out all of my instruction. When I go to a tournament, you're just like praying for the best. You show up and people are like, who are these people from Maine? Like, they don't understand it. It's just like Burlington, Vermont too. They're usually very strong tennis players, but it's more of, kind of like rough around the edges, and we're not scrappy, and
not a lot of lobbing.
Not a lot of lobbing.
And Chris
you
said
just
that
played this morning.
Yeah, Chris said that, and he was saying I'm trying to get these guys to play the more traditional paddle. Setting up the point,
right,
lobbing. They like to rip the ball here.
Yeah, there's a lot of grunting.
There's a lot of What about, so there's 2 things. One is, you mentioned mixed play, and I know we played, and I know you set it up because, we wanted to play together, but at the clubs in New Jersey, typically guys don't like to play with
women.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's, there's a variety of reasons to that. It's not like a sexist thing. It's, I know a lot of guys like to hit the ball hard and they don't want to hit the ball at women, but it seems like mixed play is a regular thing here at Arundel.
Yeah, it's non-discriminatory. I would say that there's a lot of women better than the men as paddle players.
Right.
Who have...
Well, like you and Lee.
Well, Lee,
I don't want to mention names, but
yeah.
I've seen like...
People, she grew up in Swickley, so she grew up with a paddle racket in her hand.
Yeah.
Like she understands paddle squash rackets. I would say the people that just don't get to engage in lessons, you can see like their game game would be so much improved if we had access, and we would really potentially have been wanting to create a north league, because I can't even join a women's league. I have to go to a 2-hour drive in order to play in like the Tuesday morning women's league out of Boston. And so that's just not feasible for most people. But if we could do something that integrated. Portland Country Club they just built a third court. They like to keep it simple. Some of these people are like, we don't need to go anywhere else, and we want to keep it the way it is. Whereas
Is that because it's more of just a social thing for the lower level players here? It's about getting out and being social.
Yeah, it's just an event that you plan during your week that's on your schedule. Yeah. It's exercise. It's like being outside.
The other thing I just want to mention that I found interesting. So typically, in New Jersey at the shore, we will warm up serves cross court, right, until everyone's fine, and then you switch to from the ad to the deuce and vice versa.
On regular play? Oh.
Yeah, warm up. Mm-hmm. We warm up our serves. Yeah, regular play.
Huh.
Or like if we're crunched for time, we will just go, okay, first ball in, both sides. Mm-hmm. Here, they warm up before they serve. Mm-hmm. Like when I serve, I get like 3 or 4 warm-ups. I'm good. I go. And then when it's time for the next guy to serve, he's like, okay, I need 3 or 4. It's like, I've never seen that before. I was laughing. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, there's no structure. It's very relaxed.
It's great.
Yeah, it's old school.
Any swag here? Like, we have the necklaces.
Ton.
You do.
Now
okay.
you can go and Google APTA or APC, I'm sorry. And I'm just looking at the woman looking for the ball in the leaves out there. It's pretty funny.
Well, that's the other thing I want to bring up. I'm so glad you said that because when we were playing yesterday morning,
hard.
Holy moly, it's such a unique environment, and you feel so lucky to play with the surroundings here. Mm-hmm. It literally took me a whole set to be able to get used to seeing the ball in the trees, particularly during the foliage, right? We're here now. The leaves are turning. They're red. They're yellow. They're different colored greens. On the lobs, I mean, it really is. You have to get used to that, right?
Totally. Well, in March, when seasons change, the sun is lower, and you're playing over the sun is setting over on that way. West is there. You are blinded because it's like right in there's so many environmental contexts here that you're just looking, you have to figure it out. There's courts down in Rhode Island that are like, I guess it was a YMCA that they play a tournament. You go down there, there's no coverage. It's just beaming. Like, I think it's a New England thing. You're just used to having to like fend for yourself out there, and there's no kind of comfort. Some of them have like the shadow on the screens, like the screen savers and stuff like that. Like there's nothing. You just get out here and you're like, oh, okay, it's sunny, or if it's windy, or if it's you're playing in the snow and everyone's just like hitting the ball, or it's just you deal with it. Yeah, you deal with it.
So you obviously have a ladies championship, a men's championship, and a mixed championship. 13-time winner at the club.
Yes, very small club.
Do you have any other big events during the year? I think they had opening night last night, right?
Switcheroonies.
What is that?
They have round robins.
Okay.
They have all these like social events for people to just come and integrate. Oh, they barbecue. They do the New Year's Eve. They have
really?
Big New Year's Eve party and bring your own, and it's it's a great thing to do if you're not you don't have plans. So you come here and you bring your champagne and you play paddle all night.
What is your favorite event here?
Oh, well, usually the women's tournament.
Okay.
It's fun. Sadly, a lot of the women won't play because they know that they're not going to do well.
Right.
But we get certain characters who is playing right now, who has the best time and
wine purses, refrigerated wine purses.
And she's like, this is the best. We gotta play, and you go and you just have a good time, and you don't slam it at a person who's not able to get a ball, but like it's really, the point is to be sitting in the hut at the end of the day, hanging out, having a beer, having a glass of wine, and just gabbing.
And that's the paddle culture.
That's paddle. That's Maine. That's fun.
We mentioned Mary. But we also need to mention your sister,
Superstar. My
Hillary Debs, now Hillary DeFeo, who was in the national final, right?
Yes, she and Patty Hogan.
And little known fact, because we're all Friars here, Providence Friars, we had 2 paddle national finalists on the same tennis team at Providence. I asked. Same years.
Yeah.
I asked some of the, I asked Patty and a bunch of the other people, and they didn't know. Jeff Morneau and Hillary were on the tennis team at Providence at the same time, and everybody knows Jeff's played with a variety of partners, but probably most famously with Juan Araya. So, but Hill made the finals. Like she was, and she
crushed it.
She crushed it.
She still does, and she's the most generous, gracious paddle diva demon out
she
there.
is.
And she was a fashion influencer on the paddle court. And
was she really?
Yeah, she wears the babushka on her head
Yes.
and the I remember like when she was going to Pittsburgh and the Lemieux she had like a following of people. But literally, I would say my sister is very gracious and
a hell of a player.
Okay,
we're going to do the rapid fire segment, which was created by my partner Luke, who can't be here today. Also, Seeger. What is your favorite paddle hut not named Arundel? Do you have one that you can think of?
Well, now Queechee.
Okay. And you play in the Green Mountain Tournament, right?
Yeah.
Who are your favorite pros, men or women or both?
Charlotte
Sikora.
Yeah.
You love her.
Love her.
Why?
Awesome. One, she's a woman.
Yeah.
She's got boobies. No, it's because she.
I'm not editing that out, by the way.
No, because she gets women.
Yeah.
And there's a difference.
Yeah.
When you're playing. Sally.
Smile.
Yeah.
So she's your fave. What is your paddle pet peeve? Do you have a paddle pet peeve?
My brain.
I'm
hitting
talking...
a drive in a tournament. That would be a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
I want to learn how to not be uncomfortable in a tournament, I would say.
Okay, what about other people? People talk about proper warm-ups, people not giving you proper warm-ups.
Oh, I hate bad calls.
Bad calls.
Yeah, I think you know very well that people are going to make a bad call.
Yep, that's a popular one.
And I hate, really, I don't like the word hate, but I just, when you can't talk to your partner. I think it's really important to have the ability to have a conversation especially when things go south. To be let's go.
Open and honest, we can,
Yeah.
What's your paddle walk-on song?
Oh my gosh. God, so many. We had to do for Owl's Nest. We had to make a playlist. My playlist was 2 hours long. I couldn't stop. I don't know. I don't have
one pump-up song or get you in the focused mode?
I don't know. Bend It Like Beckham, that one song. Do Your Thing.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know.
What's in your paddle bag that might surprise people?
The stress tablets. The chewy gummies.
Of course.
They are the chewy gummies that say stress.
That is so perfect. One more question.
That's Hillary too. She would say, "Don't panic." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's all I'm doing is panicking."
You're so much better than you think you are. That's part of the problem. You need to have more confidence in yourself. This girl can rip it too. Dream pairing. You could have one partner.
Oh God. I just want to be with a friend who wants to play with me. And I want to be with someone who I can play with consistently because I have to be flexible and play with people I don't know, which is really uncomfortable sometimes. That's the problem about being in Maine. And some people have partners, and then if you don't have a partner, you're kind of
limbo.
And it's hard. It's hard to build
and you want to play tournaments. So
I would like to play tournaments,
yeah.
And that's all we get in competitive play. So that's your weekend too. If you get to go somewhere, you want to have fun with the person you're playing with. And
do you stock up on the stress tablets when you play tournaments?
Totally.
Of course you do. I know you didn't want to do it, but thank you for doing it, Missy. This club is incredible, and you're incredible.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. That was really fun.
America. Yeah, America. Oh, she's filming. I hope that didn't get in the feed. I hope that wasn't in the feed about the party.
You need to get that move. He
We
does
don't
that.
really
Did you get it
party
from
in
the
Palo,
jab?
strictly tea and coffee and some ice water.
Wait, you gotta tell them about the wine purse.
Oh, right. Oh, well, listen, we had a party last night. I didn't bring the wine purse, and then I get here today, and look what was in my bag. An extra one.
A coffee cup.
I said, Chris Adams, it was here. He goes, you had that on the way in. I said, no.